Hello. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Oops. Hello, hello. How is everybody doing today? How is everyone doing today? Greetings. Hello. How's it going? How's it going? Money the run. Yeah, I know. I am a runner. I am a track star. Funny you say that. I literally just like cramped my leg just before our stream. Like just now. I just like twisted it in a weird way and I was like, oh. I'm trying to stretch it out right now, but it's so painful. Hello. EP? Oh, so EPs. I'm okay. For those of you, for those of you that didn't know, I guess, yeah, I told Tony about this, and I think I mentioned this to chat last time, where before my little break, but I went to a place. It's like on an island. I went to an island last weekend, like a local one, and I ran a 10K race, which is like apparently, what was it, like 6 point something miles ish race on yesterday. It was yesterday. I went yesterday. I did not great. I did worse this time than my last one, which was last week. So in the past week, in the past 7 days, I have run two, not one, but two 10K races, 6.3 miles. Thank you, Goldie, for doing the math. And my body was like, what the hell? What are we doing? What are we doing? We don't run. We're not runners. Why are we didn't train. What are we doing? The fact that you ran one is great. Thank you. I am grateful that I was able to finish both times. My first race was pretty easy. It was like mostly flat and it was a very scenic area. And that one was, what did I do? I think I got it in like an hour and 20 minutes, but I could have done better. I feel like I was a little bit lazy. I was walking a little bit. I was walking a little bit when I didn't have to. So, but that was the first race that I'd ever done. And I'd never run that long in my life. Like, I'm pretty sure that was like the first time I've ever run a 10K in my life. At most, I've done like 5K just for like in school or like as a personal challenge to myself once in a while, but like not regularly. So that was, the first time I ran a 10K, I got an hour and 22 minutes, which is pretty mid, not gonna lie, but that's okay. At least I was proud that I finished. And then my second run, which was yesterday, I was hoping I was very ambitious. I was hoping that I could beat that time. It isn't bad, but it's pretty mid. Maybe all my friends are just really fit, but like I was last place out of my friends. Even one of my friends who literally has like a collapsed lung, okay? He beat me by 2 minutes. So like, like what's my excuse? um I'm I'm fast for a plant. It's true. I'm fast for a plant. But my race yesterday, I got 1 hour and 24 minutes. So I did a little bit worse, but I have an excuse. And I think overall I did better because the first race I did was mostly flat, mostly straight. The second race that I didn't look it up at all. I just joined because my friends were doing it. And turns out it's like one of the hardest races in North America because you have to go through like trails in the woods which I was like, what? I didn't realize I had to run in the woods. Okay, there's like rocks and like branches and shit on the ground. I had to slow down, otherwise I would literally twist my ankle probably. So, um understandably I walked a lot of that too because it was essentially hiking. I was essentially hiking, but I was wearing running shoes the whole time. Um, and so yeah, that one, I got 1 hour and 24 minutes. So not the best either. What's really crazy and what actually fucks me up is that one of my friends, like my one of my close friends' boyfriends, he also ran, but he ran a half marathon, which is like more than double the distance. It's like if I ran 10 kilometers, he ran like 22-ish kilometers, like a little bit less than 22 kilometers. He finished before I did. I was like, what the fuck? To be fair, he did technically like start like 15 minutes earlier, but that's not even that much, you know? Like I was like, how are you here at the finish line already? What the fuck? He's a beast. He's crazy. 13.1 miles. Yes, thank you, Goldie, for the conversion for the freedom units. Yeah, so that was my weekend. How was your guys' weekend? Big Billy, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. And let me give you a name tag. Hold on. Where's my stuff? Ready? BIGBILLY 2021. Thank you so much. Oh, did we bonk somebody? What do they do? What do they do? Shame. Shame for shame. I don't see. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, that was a story that had no relevance and was not pleasant. Thanks, Kai. Sorry, I gotta catch up. What are you guys talking about? Oh, Salem, thank you for lurkies. The effect over 10K is my goal in 9 months scares me, and it's scary how this fork did it twice. I essentially got peer pressured into doing it. I forced myself to do it. But because I could do it without really preparing, and without being like super fit or anything, I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe you can do it too. If this plant can do it, you can do it. But yeah, I guess 1 hour and 22 minutes. I think it's all right. I'm satisfied, and I think I can do better. But a lot of my friends are just really fit, I guess. Like they all did it in less than an hour. Damn. But thank you. Yeah, in the woods, it was whack. We had to solve a bridge trolls riddle. Yeah, there was a lot of challenges on the way, and I had a lot of bad rolls. I didn't get very good rolls on my persuasion checks and my athletics checks, but that's okay. That's okay. Half marathon is 21.1K or 13.1 miles. It's terrifying. Yeah. Bartender did that one. Bartender did the half marathon. I'm very proud of him. He did great. He did great. But like the friend's boyfriend that I mentioned, he was like in the top 35. Like I think he was like the 34th place. I was like, what the hell? Wild. Yeah. I probably walked that much over TwitchCon lol. Did you actually? It was like honey smooth and soothing a soul. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you. What does an awoo do? I spent life savings on that. Did you do an awoo? Did you redeem an awoo? Oh my gosh, I missed it. Also, Tony, I missed your sub. Thank you for the resub. Let me know if you didn't want any trigger requests, any deluxe triggers. But an awoo, Richard, is basically an awoo. We all get to awoo together as a group. Okay? I'm gonna awoo on stream, and I expect everyone else, if you are part of my wolf pack, okay, which I'm not a wolf anymore, or I never was technically, but if you are a part of the onsen, if you're in chat, I'm hoping that I'm not alone when I awoo, okay? So I'm gonna awoo. Hopefully other people will also awoo, otherwise I'll be a lone wolf and I'll be very sad, okay? That's it. That's all it is. Anyone can awoo. Doesn't matter if you're a wolf or not a wolf. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. Yes, look at all these different animal noises. What a beautiful symphony. What a beautiful symphony of animal sounds. Thank you all. My weekend has been trying to find a good gym. Funny you mentioned a half marathon. I plan to train for one next year. Let's go, Goldie. Let's go. Congrats. I hope, yeah, I hope you find a gym. I hope you find a place to train because that's awesome. That's a big deal. I played Plants vs. Zombies fan game, and frankly, I'm astonished by how good it is in comparison to some of the dog shit EA games does. I wish EA would step up their games, literally. Yeah, I know. It's tough. EA has not been pumping out great stuff lately, or for the last many years. but they get away with it somehow. I don't know. I don't believe that unless it was a clouded day with no photosynthesis, and maybe I believe I can do it. You can do it. And Petal Mist and Bot. Are you really a bot or are you pretending? Hello, welcome to the onsen. I hope you have lovely stays here. And let me give you both name traces. Ready? PETALMYST and BOT011010. I hope I got that right. Wolf Forks. My fitness app said I do too much walking on Friday, so it told me Saturday just to stay in bed. Well, you gotta listen to your watch. It's like, yo, chill. You've been doing more exercises than usual. You need to stop. Damn, that's pretty crazy though. But I hope you had fun. Did you enjoy TwitchCon? I hear very mixed things. People are like, oh, it was so great. I enjoyed it so much. I had so much fun. You know, I met all my friends online in real life and it was great and we hung out and it was awesome. And then other people are like, I was assaulted. And I was like, oh, okay. What? Like, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I feel like a lot of people right now are talking about the Emiru stuff where she was like assaulted by someone that just like cut her fan meetup line, and I was like, oh my god, that kind of scares me so much. I don't know if I'd ever really like go to like TwitchCon or like any particular live event and tell people who I am and that I'm there. Like, I think I would want to go and like be incognito if I ever do go. Like, I'll tell you guys that I go, and I'll be like, I'm there, but I'm not gonna tell you who I am. I'm just gonna lie and hope that no one recognizes me. But I think it'd be fun if I got to see my friends. I just don't want the smoke. I don't want the smoke. It's horrifying. Like, have we learned nothing? I don't know. if worse comes to worse, I just run inside. But I've been wanting to do a specific half marathon since I was maybe 16. However, never had the chance. Great North Run. Oh, Great North Run. That sounds pretty cool. Is it like is it a Canadian one? Is it like somewhere cold? It sounds like it's like a polar bear run or something. Tart. Hello. Welcome to the onsen. I hope you have a lovely stay. Let me give a name trace. Ready? CHART230. So let me expand my things. Rearrange my setup really quickly. Oh, Richard, for name traces are technically only for new followers and for deluxe requests. So if you do a donation of $2 or more, or you sub, then you can request additional name traces, or you can get someone to give it to you, I suppose, if you want. But technically those are special ones, so you can't just make a regular request for them. So I'm gonna refund you your points if that's okay. But head pets I could do. Okay. I got to re-meet everyone I already met. It was nice. Got some gifts from gifts. Fun. Hey Zap. Hi Zap. No, you didn't come at a bad time. I was just talking about like there's some bullshittery at TwitchCon because it happened this weekend. Yeah, Emiru is a really big streamer. She's very popular on Twitch, obviously, and she was doing a meet and greet, but they didn't allow her to bring her own favorite security guard that she brought last time, because apparently that security guard had like done his job and like apprehended someone and that tried to like touch her, and held that person until police arrived. And so for whatever reason, if it was Twitch or if it was the venue, I don't know, but they banned that security guard from that event from in the future. And so she had to hire a different person as her personal security, and she had her manager there too. And you'd think that they would have more Twitch security or like Twitch staff at least, but no. There was a lineup for like a fan meet. She was standing or sitting at like a desk. There's a video of this, by the way, you can look it up. And some guy just like barrels in from the side. I don't even know. Like he just skips the line. He barrels in. He like freaking grabs her, hugs her, like holds her down, and then tries to kiss her. And it's just like, what the fuck, dude? It's horrifying. It's so horrifying. It's terrifying. And like, luckily, the guy like didn't actually get to kiss her or anything, but still, it's like that's so scary as a small Asian woman and just as a streamer. Like, you don't want that to happen. You never want that to happen, obviously. But like Twitch really fucked up. I think they like did not, for one of their biggest guests that was attending, they did not have enough process and have enough security in place. So yeah, she's pressing charges. So I hope she gets justice for that. But it's just like terrible. It's terrible. Insanely forgettable. Hello, welcome to the onsen. I hope you have a lovely stay. Let me give you a name trace. Ready? INSANY_FOGRETTABLE. The Great North Run is a half marathon, actually represented in my home city and many others. Northeast of England. It's actually the largest charity raising half marathon on the planet. Oh, that's awesome! It's a charity run. That's really cool. That's really cool. Good luck. Good luck. Oh, damn. 25 million GBP. That's insane. That's awesome. I'm glad that they have that. I'm glad that they have stuff like that. Oh, and Aria. Hello, welcome as well. Let me give you a name trace. Ready? ARI A-K-Y-R-I-E. Oh my god, wait. Sorry, I had a Valley Girl accent. I feel like I can't talk about like the serious stuff that went on to Emiru and then have this accent on. I don't know, maybe that's just a me thing to like, do I really want to have a voice when I talk about this? It would make a really weird, it would make like a super like weird clip because then like my voice would be changing in between the same topic, you know? But okay, it's fine. Yeah. Uh, it's not an issue with the accent itself. I just feel like I need to be consistent. If I'm talking about one thing, I need to talk about that one thing with the same voice the whole time. You know what I mean? Another reason I don't like Twitch because they ban someone who does their job. Yeah, right? And she said she's never going back. Valid. Same. Girl, same. Like, it's actually freaking terrible. It's terrible. It's disgusting. And I probably will never go to TwitchCon either because, like, it just doesn't seem safe. Even though I'm nowhere near her numbers and nowhere near her size, I just don't want to support a company that would, like, not protect their very, like, at risk creators, especially in a world after literally people have been killed at fan meetups, okay? Like, am I too old or did people forget about Christina Grimmie? Like, come on. I don't know. It's just like it's fucked. It's fucked. It's fucked and I have no interest in going. He could have given her a disease. Also true. Also nasty. That dude would have caught the cleanest right hook for me if I was there. It's disgusting. Well, she's had multiple absolutely nuts stalker incidents. One of her housemates almost shot someone at their door for. Oh my god. Yeah, that's the thing too. I feel like there's always been, if you're a public figure, if you're known to people on the internet or just in general, if you're a celebrity, you're definitely more at risk for like crazy people trying to figure out your information and like come into your house and doing some crazy shit. And some people say that it's just like part of it. Like that's just like that's the price of being famous. And I'm like, what the fuck? How are you just okay with this? That's like not okay, you know? Like, why are we just accepting that this is a thing instead of condemning the fact that it's a thing and like trying to work on ways to solve the thing? Like, I don't know, make it make sense, man. I went to an Emiru co-hosted the next day, an event Emiru co-hosted. Wow, I can't read today. I went to an event Emiru co-hosted the next day, and everyone gave her a standing ovation. Aw, I'm glad. I'm glad that people were supporting everything that was going on. Hi, we were just talking about TwitchCon incidents, assault, terrible things, being vulnerable in public as a creator, and why I will probably never go to TwitchCon. At least not like outwardly. I'm not gonna tell anybody. I'm not gonna be like, hey, it's me. I'm gonna be like, I'm here. But like, if I don't know you, I'm not gonna talk to you. At best, at best. But I don't know. I don't want to spend all that money just to not do anything, you know? They also lied to cut Chibidoki's meet and greet short. No, really? I didn't know there was stuff with Chibi. I did know that there was stuff with like VTubers having to do face reveals basically for the security staff, like to be let into their own meet and greets. And I was like, okay, what? Like, and not even like separately, like quietly, like on the side, like with a curtain or like in the back. Like they had to do full on face reveals, like in the lines. Like, what? What? Twitch can't say that they're trying to like accept VTubers as part of their platform without like giving these small concessions and small, you know, adjustments to make sure that they feel safe. It's just not okay. It's just not okay. That's why I like the idea of being VTuber. I can be parasocial and hide my identity. I mean, yeah, I guess so. That's true. That's true. Though I don't know if being super parasocial is the best. I think there's maybe a nuance to it. Sorry, but I imagine this patriarchal society protecting the vulnerable. Yeah. Imagine. Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice to just protect women? That would be great. Thank you. What a nice dream. So far, no roofie stories yet. Wonderful. Like, okay, think about it. Like, what is the state? What is the state of your event? All right. If we are glad that there are no roofie stories yet. Yet? The fact that there were any at all last year is horrible. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Please be safe. If you ever go to an event like this, please be safe. Use cup covers. Look out for your friends, all right? Don't trust people just because you know them. You gotta really trust them. But anyway. Yeah. Shit's ass. But I'm sure there's many good things. Like, people keep going because they enjoy it, because they enjoy Twitch culture, and so do I. I stream here. And I've met a lot of cool people because I stream, but like, there's also just so much shit, dude. It sucks. With seeing all the security problems, I wouldn't be surrounded or has already happened. Seriously, Twitch need to get their shit together. I like spoiling my audience if I had one, but also being silly. Yes, being silly is a good time too. Kits, thank you so much for lurking. Thank you for lurking. I have been well. I have been good. I hope you've been good too. Thank you, Bido, for the unshrimp and the water. Everybody, please unshrimpify your backs. Straighten up your backs. Don't be a shrimp. Be a tempura, and drink your beverage of choice, preferably a hydrating one. No, because if they protect them, who's gonna protect the men? Haha. I mean, everyone deserves protection if they are innocent and they're just trying to have a good time and they're just trying to enjoy stuff. But there's people that are dangerous and there's people that are up to no good, and we cannot let these people run rampant. Oh, yeah. Anyways, I went to a VTuber just mass meetup, and holy hell, dude, some people lack basic decorum or communication skills. We'd be in a conversation and someone would just barge in. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I have so many thoughts. You guys. I have tons of thoughts. I was just talking to people because I accidentally started some discourse with a person on Twitter about like VTubers. About VTubers. Well, specifically it was about male VTubers, but I think it can be expanded, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot to talk about there, but yeah. Sometimes people need to learn they need to read the room a little bit. Like, I know people don't touch grass, but like, you can study grass before you go. I don't know. Like, maybe practice first before the big leagues. You know, like maybe talk to the people around you in your daily life and figure out social cues before you jump into a huge social networking event. You know what I mean? Like for your sake and for their sake. You're not going to leave a good impression as a VTuber if you are always freaking jumping into people's conversations and like inserting yourself into places where you weren't invited, you know? That's just my basic advice. Last year people were roofied at a burp event. Yup. Was Maya also roofied? Oh my god. Bro. Terrible. Don't be a shrimp being alpha giga chat. Yes, exactly. Please, I will yap. I will yap. There's one thing I can guarantee, it's that I will yap. I can't guarantee that I will do whatever the topic of the stream was, and I can't guarantee that I will play any games that you guys buy me. But I can guarantee that I will yap. That's the Moni guarantee. Knowing that if I was a Moni security guard who would be banned for just holding someone for police, I'd be banned for TwitchCon for drop kicking a fool and Stone Cold Steve Austin is stunnering them. As fun as that would be to watch, I think, yes, you would probably get banned for that. On Thursday, you can get your badges and stuff. Fran was getting her partner badge, and some dude ran right up to her. I'm an affiliate. I'm a big deal. You should follow. Bruh. What? One, I don't think that like you should treat affiliates and partners all that differently. Like, honestly, there's not that much a difference between like an affiliate that has like 60 viewers versus a partner that has 75. Like, they're all still pretty small in the grand scheme of streamers. So like chill. And then two, like you don't know this person. Okay, maybe have a conversation first, get to know them first, and like be pleasant. And then you can talk about what you do instead of just like demanding that they follow you. You didn't even like pitch why they should follow you. Like, come on, man. Come on. It's lazy. It's lazy and it's not going to work. It's lazy and useless. The worst kind. Archaeo. The way it would have laughed so hard at this man in his face. Yep. I literally only ever brought it up if someone asked because they saw affiliate on my badge. Yep. Yep. It's like all these titles and categories of streamers that Twitch has, they don't actually really mean anything. Would I like to be a Twitch partner? Sure. But is it the most important thing? Am I just like trying to do everything I can to achieve partner? No. No. Not even close. Like, if anything, I should probably be trying harder. But I just don't care. Like, if I get there, I get there. And if I don't get there, I don't get there. It's fine. But I don't treat people differently if they're partner or not partner. I treat people differently if they're my friend or not my friend. I'm horrible at self-marketing. Well, we all have something that we need to learn. And it can be hard to market yourself sometimes. It's kind of awkward, you know? But I think really for events like TwitchCon or any kind of event that's sort of about networking, what I learned from my career coach, who's not like a content creation career coach or like a manager or like anything, she's like literally like helps you find a normal ass adult job. Okay, what she said basically was that networking doesn't have to be slimy, it needs to be genuine, otherwise it won't really work. It's not gonna work. So like, you know, everybody knows that one person that's like always just trying to meet new people and get them to do stuff for them, and they only keep certain people around if they're like quote unquote useful to them or like their career or like whatever, if they want to get something out of them. And people can sniff it out. Most people can sense when that's happening, and they're not going to want to help you that much. So the real times, if you think about like when you really wanted to help someone out or when someone really wanted to help you out, what happened is probably because you guys were friends. It's probably because you guys built a relationship and you know each other and you support each other. And then like you mentioned that you were looking for some help And they're like, oh my God, yeah, I can help. I would love to help because we're friends, you know? And that's what actually matters for anything, for your like life, for your career, for your hobbies. Like if you want people to care about you, you need to care about other people too. Otherwise, this shit's not gonna work. Not in the long run, anyway. I guess you can fake it up till a certain point, but eventually people will figure it out. So, just, I don't know. Be genuine. And if you're gonna use somebody for their connect or for whatever, then you need to give something to them of equal value. Otherwise, you're just wasting everybody's time. Yeah. Oh. All right, let me just reply to messages. Anyways, if I ever do go to a Twitch concert, I'd dress up as a knight and stand somewhere with a sign, waiting till something happens, pretend to be a statue and then jump scare them. I think that would be fun, but I don't know if they will allow it. Yeah, I'm not sure if they'll allow it either. maybe if you're outside. Maybe if you're outside the con, but I don't know if they'd let you do that in the con. There's some really good cosplays. They're like a Girl DM cosplay I saw first day. Oh, very cool. I did show off your art though, mostly because we met friends of Rig Mom and they were going on about yaoi stuff. So I was like, oh, I want to do this with me, and they loved it. Yay! I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad the yaoi fans out there ate some food that day. I'm glad I could help. Okay, they allow people jumping the line and forcibly trying to kiss people. So yeah, yep. That's a big nah for me. That's a big nah for me. Here's a yaoi peek. I've heard that. Just, I mean, technically, no. I just drew um a the commission. It's a commission for Tony of just like a very spicy buff man. I guess it's like yaoi coded. Same friend who spent 130 on yaoi art in one booth on Artist Alley. I see. A friend of taste. A friend of taste. As they should. Yeah. As they should. As they should. Yeah. Oh my God. Wait. No. My the Discord server with all my friends. I opened a can of worms. I opened a can of worms about male VTubers, and I'm wondering if I should talk about it now, but I kind of want to because I know that there's at least some male VTubers in the chat, and I would like to know your thoughts. But it is a whole can of worms. Okay, here is the thought. Okay, do you believe, this is a question, do you believe that male VTubers have a debuff? And why do you think that is, considering face cam streamers that are men do not seem to have that debuff? You know, like the most popular streamers on Twitch and YouTube probably are men when they're face cam streamers. But for whatever reason, it feels like when they're men as VTubers, it feels like they are constantly struggling with being noticed or being popular, and it feels like there's a lot of discourse about how female streamers have it easier, and I would like to question that, but I don't want to say anything unless anyone else has thoughts first. Because, like, I saw a post on Twitter, and it was a clip about, like, how, from a female streamer, about how male streamers have it rough, and then a reply to that clip, which is basically an essay about how, like, yes, like, it's so hard to be a male streamer. If you're a male streamer and you're a VTuber, you should, like, give up on wanting this to be your career, because all the most popular male streamers are either part of a company, or they're like, I don't know, like, they have like a female model or something, or like they're I don't know, like all these different points about why um male VTubers just won't make it. Like, they won't become popular and they will never have this as a career. Um, and I wonder why. I wonder why. Oh, there's a wee woo. By the way, when's the last time you had that crab salad from the sushi restaurants? The last time, um, I don't know. Probably not that long ago though. I have sushi like at least once a month, if not more. Not a VTuber, male regardless. Like, as if someone that watches VTubers too. Do you watch mostly female VTubers or male VTubers, and why? Debuff, probably because they're male and maybe they're too used to being disappointed by the face reveal. Maybe. No, not the face reveal, dude. No. I mean, yeah, people can be mean on the internet. People can be mean, like with the oh, I'm blanking out. What's his face? Dream, with the Dream face reveal, people were clowning on him. I feel bad. I feel bad. I don't think he deserves to be bullied. He's a normal looking guy. All right. But like, I think he was mythicized so much that it's hard to live up to whatever the fuck fan art people were making up about him pre face reveal. So, yeah, it's hard to live up to a fantasy, obviously, regardless of who you are. And people were kind of mean about it. So I understand why he like undid it. It was pretty funny though, like to roll it back. It's like, oh no, poor guy. Like, Sayu's an actual big VA too. Yeah, true, true. If I'm a male VTuber, I'm making corn VA videos. They make big bucks, but also because I am myself am kind of zesty and don't mind having a zesty audience to an extent, mind you. Yeah, okay, okay. I do think there's a debuff. Ah, interesting. Okay. I think male VTubers end up getting a short end because they want to look for models to sexualize, like the different levels of attention you get between your two models with chibi versus what could be mommy. Hmm. Okay. But TBH, from the few male VTubers I've looked at, I feel a little like they don't know their niche yet. Maybe because when you don't put your face out there, people will definitely fantasize. And like, reality probably isn't going to match up with everyone's fantasy. Or like with female VTubers, if they collab with a male, their viewers drop hard because parasocials. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, okay, there's a lot. There's a lot. There's like different branches that are interesting to me. Hi, Blue. Hi, Blue. What's up? I'm just talking about the same topic that I unleashed in general chat and Telltale. Which is basically male VTubers. Male VTubers. Is it easier to be a female VTuber versus a male VTuber? And why? If so. Or if not. Do you have thoughts? I know there's like a bunch of replies in the Discord too. There's like 69 new messages. Ah, shoot. I started this discourse in Discord, and then I realized I had to stream, and I was like, oh crap, sorry. I've opened up a can of worms, and I don't even get to watch the worms. Damn. But it's okay, I'm opening a new can of worms here as well. I watch mostly female VTubers because I like making women laugh, but I also watch male VTubers. I also like making them laugh. I don't really have a preference, but mostly female VTubers, and I feel like because they often give more attention to their audience, but if a male does the same thing, I also fold, IDK. Ah, okay, that's interesting too. But also, not gonna lie, I think the voice and clarity of voice also matters. That's also true. That's also true. I'm mostly keeping my mouth shut as I'm not very versed in topic. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I guess, like, in terms of, do you watch streamers a lot? Like, this debate came up just because, like, I wonder why there's such a disparity in audiences and why it's different for VTubers versus, like, for face cam streamers. Because face cam streamers, all the top face cam streamers are men. But when it comes to VTubers, typically all the top VTubers are women. And I would just wonder why there's a difference there. And I was questioning why, because there's an argument that VTuber watchers are mostly men. And there's also an argument that VTuber culture, I guess, quote unquote culture, came from idol culture, which is also mostly men. Where like there's women that are performers and there's men that are watchers, right? And there's kind of like this dynamic, this certain type of dynamic that happens between entertainer and watcher. But I feel like I want to push back on it a little bit just because I think that, at least in my media sphere and in my circle, I'm sure I'm in a bubble just the same as everyone's forced into a bubble with social media. I think that like with when everybody's in their little media bubbles, they're prone to certain biases. And with male VTubers specifically, I feel like they might, I don't know if they have a debuff necessarily. I think they might just not have as much clarity on what they're doing. Okay? And here's my theory. Okay? So like how do I word this? I have so many thoughts. I have so many thoughts. I think that it depends on what kind of audience you are looking for, right? If you are going the route of like semi boyfriend experience content, like trying to be, you know, cool and sexy and attract female fans, like a lot of what Luxium does, like, you know, Vox, Akuma, and shit like that, right? Like, I would say his audience is probably mostly women. He makes content that is catered towards women and feels safe for women to be a part of and feels like it speaks to them in some way, right? And that worked for him, I think. But not everyone is willing to do that, okay? So, like, if you're not willing to do that, what's the other route? Okay, I'm gonna try to appeal to bros, like other dudes, like what most popular male facecam streamers do. Like Kai, or like, I don't know, like who are the other Speed, you know? I'm like, for them, what's the difference? What's the difference between them and like other male VTubers, and why can't they replicate that same success? And I have a theory, but I don't want to be mean about it. I have a theory, but I don't want to be mean about it. But my theory is that it's part of it is like social gender norms, and like, sure, maybe part of it is that like attractiveness factor and like societal gender biases and the shit like that, right? Where like, oh, if all the fans are men and they all are attracted to women, then yeah, they're gonna want only the anime waifus, right? But there's also like, why can't why can't they also attract the bros, in a sense, like their friends, like other dudes that like also enjoy games and like enjoy anime and like the same hobbies? That doesn't make sense to me. And I think that it's just, there's a lot of parts to it. There's parts where maybe on some level, like Delph mentioned, like maybe female streamers are more attentive to chat. Maybe they respond more to chat and like talk more on average and do just chatting more, which builds that bond a little bit better than just gaming. I also think that there's a level of personality traits, maybe, that goes into it. And this is like not comparing women to men, but this is comparing both male streamers, but one is a VTuber and one is a facecam streamer. My theory is that with a facecam streamer, this kind of person that would stream with facecam is probably a little bit more confident in themselves, in the way that they speak, or in the way that they look, or in the way that they behave. They're not scared of showing their face. They're not as scared about privacy. They're not as preoccupied with that kind of thing. And so they're fully comfortable just like showing their face, saying whatever shit they want to say, and have it be recorded and live for everybody to watch, right? That takes a certain kind of personality to do and to succeed in, but it works for them. But for VTubing, there's an inherent like layer in between, right? Typically, people don't show their face when they're a VTuber. And so it typically, because of the form, because of the medium of VTubing itself, I think VTubing attracts people that are more interested in privacy, people that are more interested in keeping their personal lives separate from their content, people that are shy, people that are like maybe less confident about their physical appearance, or like don't want to try as hard when it comes to their physical appearance sometimes. And that I fall into that category. Like I don't want to put makeup on every day. So like so like there's that. And so because I think VTubing attracts this kind of personality type maybe, or these like certain attributes, sometimes that doesn't do well when it comes to content creation. Sometimes it does and it's fine, but I feel like, at least for me in my streaming journey, I have had to break out of my shell a lot in order to make this work, in order to grow, in order to make friends. And I think that there's a lot of male VTubers that maybe fit this archetype that don't want to do that. And I'm not saying that that's everybody. I'm just saying that there's a pattern here and there's a reason. And I'm trying to figure out what that reason is. Because, like, honestly, we have this conversation every couple months where male VTuber complains about how they can't grow and how it's stacked against them and how it would be easier if they had a female model. And I'm just like, I don't know if it'd be easier. I don't think streaming is inherently easier because you have tits, you know? Like, there must be something else. And there must be other factors. There must be. I think that maybe part of it, you know, if your content is for gooners, then sure, that is easier. I will admit, it's probably way easier but that's not because it's gooner content. It's not because you're a woman. It's because you know your audience. You know what I mean? Like, if you're making gooner content for gooners, your audience is gooners, and you have a clear direction as to what you're going to do and what you're going to make and how you're going to sound and how you're going to look. And that is a lot easier to package for the algorithm, and that's a lot easier to share between people that are in that audience. Versus if you were like just a guy or just a plant or just a frog, and you don't play any particular game, and you don't like to talk about any particular thing, and you're just like doing random stuff all the time, then yeah, people are not going to know what to do with you. And so you're not going to do well. That's just how it is. I don't think it's easier to be one type of thing or another, like, just because you were born that way. I think, at least not for this instance. Like, for other instances, yes. The patriarchy, yes. Like, that exists. But I think when it comes to, like, VTubing and gender, I don't know if there's really a difference. I think maybe my summary, that was a lot, I'm sorry, but my summary is like, I feel like for whatever reason, there's this pattern that keeps happening. And I don't think it's because male VTubers are male. I think it's because they just lack clarity in their audience. And they need to be more obvious and honest about who they're actually targeting. And I don't know. That's just me. It's kind of like if you're playing a video game and you see all these clerics and they're all doing cleric stuff and you're like, oh, I want to do the same stuff that they're doing, but my character is a tank. And then you're trying to force yourself to do something that you're not meant to do instead of doing what you're good at. And I think that's like part of the problem. But a lot of the discourse that I've seen is mostly just hating on women for having it easier. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I think there's multiple things going on here. It's not just this. Anyway, that was a real long rant. I feel like I missed a bunch of stuff. Okay. Let me go back. One Leo, thank you for the follow. Let me give you a name, Trace. But yeah, I would love to know your thoughts as well. I'm very interested to see, because I know I only have one perspective. I'm not a dude. I've never been a dude, and so I don't know what it's like to be a male VTuber. But if you are one, or if you watch both or one or the other more, I would love to know why. Like what makes a good streamer to you, and does gender matter all that much? Okay, wait. 1_LEO__. I'm one of the only femme VTubers I watch. Well, okay. I mean, we're cousins, so does that really count? I guess you're my only cousin that actually watches my stream, so maybe that does. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for breaking out of your normal watching experience to hang out with me. Voices go a long way. True. The closest thing to an answer I can come up with is maybe yes and. Thank you for that non-committal answer, Blue. Just kidding. Yeah, it's complicated. I think with cam males, you're with your homie, but with VTubers, you want to be a degenerate and want a smooth female voice and mommy milkers, or a menace brat girly too, depending on what you like. Okay, and that's another thing. It's like, why is it with face cam streaming, you're just with your bros, you're just with your homies, that's your guy, right? But then why is it when it comes to VTubers, you must goon? Like, not saying that you can't goon to your homies. I guess you could also do that, but people don't do that. Like people will goon to live 2D, but it's not ingrained in streamer culture for like face cam streamers to goon in the same way that it is for VTubers. And why is that? That's so interesting. I get the sense that your curiosity may have been interpreted as an attack. People in media tend to react emotionally. Yeah, I think it was, but I'm hoping they see my side. Like, I don't mean to like denigrate people or like put people down. That's never been my intention when I talk about this or anything really. Like, I don't know, if you watch my streams enough and you know me, even like, I never want to make someone feel bad, but I also know that there are certain realities, and sometimes people are shooting themselves in the foot. I've definitely done that to myself, and I've had to learn. And so I think that like sometimes you need a little bit of discussion to just think about the state of things and like why things are the way that they are. And maybe there's a way to change them. Because one thing that I think is really sad and really shitty is like there's male VTubers that feel like they have a male debuff and then they don't try as hard, or they give up, or they graduate, or they just complain about it on the internet instead of like, looking for ways to be better and looking for ways to improve the system so that it's easier for male VTubers to thrive. Because I think there's a spot. There's a spot. We just need to carve it out. We just need to find it. And I don't know. It's rare to find people that are willing to do all that. The reason was one of my favorite streamers is because she tends to talk about the most novel ideas ones that really make my gears inquisitive nature turn in comparison to other VTubers, which I really appreciate. Well, I'm glad I could make your gears churn a little bit. I like to think. I'm a big thinker, but also a big mouth word vomiter. So I hope that my thoughts make sense to you. German is reincarnated alien clown who appeals to everyone. Yeah, German is very popular. It's very true, very true. I mean, like, internalized homophobia affects it also. Yeah, that's probably partially it. The patriarchy and all that. Oh, I know, male VTuber attracts the bros and a little gay. I like being a little gay. Yeah, totally. Loki, I think you need to be a little crazy to succeed under anything in the public eye. No, yeah, I agree. You need to be a little bit delulu. You need to be a little bit delulu. There's also the male VTubers that kill stuff for everyone when they're outed as pests. Also that. What's up with that? Why are there so many male VTubers that are fucking sex pests and shit? Just be normal. Why? It's like almost every time you hear about a male VTuber, it's like 99% of the time it's bad news. You're just like, no, I want to support you. Let me support you. Why are you like this? I'm not gonna lie, I'm struggling like a motherfucker with growth, but I don't think I've ever said I needed titties. I just blame myself. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's fine. It's just like the person that I was the person that I was having a discussion with on Twitter mentioned it in their tweet. You can if you want to read the whole thread, you can read it. It's too long. I'm not gonna read it, but if you want to read it and you're curious, you can check out my Twitter and then you can read it. It's like my post from today. I quote retweeted their post and then they send me an essay. But like their argument was essentially like men can't succeed, only hot waifu girls that appeal to gooners get anywhere in this business, and that it's because VTuber culture and idol culture and cam girl culture merged into one, and that's what it is, and there's nothing we can do about it. And I'm like, I disagree. I don't think that should stop you. And I definitely think that there's a market for male VTubers if you want to appeal to female audiences, or if you want to appeal to male audiences. There's opportunity there. You just need to choose like who your target is and focus on it instead of blaming your problems on women. Like, I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way. Like, you can blame yourself. That's fine. I mean, be kind to yourself, but also like acknowledge sometimes I am lazy. Sometimes I don't put that much effort and time into making stuff, and that's okay. I can do better. Like, that's fine. But blaming it on other people when it's not their fault is like, okay. Okay. While booba may serve to attract initial attention, they fail to retain attention for a long time. Yeah, that too, Blue. I agree. Like, sure, a big booba, beautiful model might be what pulls people into the stream, but if you're boring, people are gonna click away. That's just facts. I'm just a plant. You're right, I'm just a plant. I'm just a little guy. I'm not gonna lie to you, everything you've said about the complaints just sound like they're whining, maybe. But that's just what I'm hearing, lol. Yeah, it did feel that way a little bit. I don't want to be mean. I really don't want to be mean. And I'm sure this person probably has been through some shit and has experienced some stuff that makes them think and feel this way. I'm just hoping that I can question their ideas a little bit, because I think that, there's a chance they can succeed. I would like them to succeed. I don't want anybody to feel down and feel like they gotta give up on their dreams. It's just like, you gotta be real with your dream a little bit. You gotta have a plan. Otherwise, a dream is just a dream. Also, Twitch does not promote you internally. You have to do your own content on third-party social media with a clear, repeated algorithm beating brand. Yes. Also true. Also true. And many VTubers don't do this, regardless of gender, I feel like. Regardless of demographic. Many VTubers do not do this enough. Me included. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Women didn't create the system. Well, yeah, right? Right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I see it this way. If you don't do things the way you want to, you won't like it. I'm self-sabotaging, but that's because my main category is dying due to the format for it being toxic and devs not correcting the game. No. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Do humaning. Be a human. I'm human. I drinkies. I stretch. I can be related and watching. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being related and watching. Also, George or Jorge, welcome to the onsen. Let me give you a name trace. Ready? JORGE_EMC. Thank you. I feel like I'm so behind. Oh. I think it doesn't matter how large an audience is, but if I did have an audience, I want them to feel at home, so I'd make them special. Water Ghost. They see only one side of the coin, and that VTuber woman hating thing is your bubble. I don't have that. Yeah. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. People do goon to your homies. Trust, I know. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Gooning to my homie. Oh no. Start a new movement. Do not, oh my god, do not tell your homies that you're gooning to them, please. I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe that's a inside thought. I actually only watched one facecam streamer, but when I met her, she was a VTuber and I stuck around for the change. Oh, I see. So you didn't watch streamers until you like discovered VTubers? Interesting. It's not that it does not matter. It's that you should have a clear goal to build to. If the idea of building a large audience, but the idea of building a large audience, if you look at it statistically, is having a large audience. There's an extremely small chance of that happening. I'm a big looking at the data and working on that. I have a data analyst on my team for that. I'm sorry, I'm so behind. I'm so behind. Okay. Hi. I wonder what happened. On the other hand, is it cozy to know what happened? It's not, I don't know. I don't know if it's a cozy. It's not like a super cozy topic, but I do find it interesting. So I've been yapping about it for like the last 10 minutes. I was meeting with Dan Clancy. He was very open about how bad Twitch is for discoverability. Yeah, it's ass. Dan, it's ass. Please fix. Please fix. Thanks. I will work on it. If I had time, if I was on the design team for Twitch, I would make some changes, all right? I would make some changes, but they didn't want to hire me, so. It ain't hard for men, since we have proof for over 10 years men have been popular. I won't deny that it's easy for women to gain fame or attention. I don't like saying it, but it is for a female streamer to gain attention faster. But I'm saying men streamer can't be streamer because hard is a lie. Yes, I think so. I think so. Like, my theory, at least, my reason, is like, I think that female streamers that know their audience and can attract the attention of their audience do grow faster than men, typically, because they figure that out faster. And usually a lot of the secret is just being a nice, funny, interesting person, baseline, and then also having like a really attractive or interesting looking model that attracts people's attention, right? And I think that's true with most people, but the pieces need to fit together. And I think for women, it's a lot easier maybe for the pieces to fit together, because there's a lot of precedent, and also specifically for VTubers, I feel like there's a lot more artists that draw female VTubers versus male VTubers. That's something that I think is pretty true. And so it's a lot easier for women to find a model faster, like a nice looking model faster than it is for a male VTuber to find a nice looking model. So that's like one thing maybe. But when it comes to your actual content, like men have dominated the space for years since the platform started. So like saying that you can't grow, I think is maybe um not because you're a man. It's for many other compounding reasons. You know, and you can't just point to one thing, and you can't blame it on one person or one group. It's like so many things. So many things. But it's also you can overcome it, I think. Like I don't mean to say all of this to make people feel bad. I want people to grow and I want people to do well, you know? Like I don't want to shit on male VTubers. I want to boost them up because I feel like they're always so down about how it's impossible to grow as a male VTuber, and I'm like, no, it's definitely possible. There is a hope, my guy. You just have to believe, and you also have to have a clear vision, and that's tough for people sometimes to swallow. They do tell me, and then they ask for more after gooning out again. Well, Zap, I think you have very interesting friends. I think you have special friends. Hashtag goon to your homies. No, do not make a goon to your homies a trending topic, please. Yeah, do not tell that to your homies. Yep, I found a VTuber on IG, kept seeing reels, and made a Twitch account. Wow. Huh. Shit works. Posting stuff online on other platforms, turns out that works. Crazy. That's crazy. I'd also feel comfortable gooning to homies. Yeah, that's also true. Sometimes I like I'm just scrolling on Twitter, and I follow a lot of artists, right? So I follow a lot of art, and I also follow a lot of VTubers, and some of the VTubers that I follow and I'm mutuals with do make adult content, and so I'll just be not strolling. I'll be scrolling. I guess it's strolling but virtual. Anyway, regardless, I'm scrolling and I'm like, oh look, this person has a new post, and then it's got the whatever, the adult privacy filter on it, but I always click on those things. I never follow the rules. I'm a nosy bitch, so I open them and I'm like, oh, that's corn. That is corn of a person that I know. And I'm like, okay. But lovely art. I'm gonna move on now. It's always so funny. It's so funny sometimes. What a weird world it is, content creation. 10 minutes, girls, been an hour. Listen, I have time blindness, all right? Sue me. I have time blindness. I think it's true in VTubing because there's small room to innovate. I think maybe we just need to break open the room. Like, if we feel like the room is small, maybe we should remodel the walls a little bit. I don't know. Is that unrealistic? Aside from Moni, if I want male art, I mostly go to my artists who draw yaoi. Yaoi artist we got art from said that she'd make art of me, lol. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Jelly-filled zombies. Hello, welcome, welcome. Let me give you a name choice as a thank you. Ready? JELLYFILLYZOMBIES. I didn't do my last one. There. Tweet goon to your homies, coward. No. Furry hallway pizza incident? What's that? Do it with the what? What do you mean? What is that? What does that mean? What does it mean? Devastator, hello. Yuri is better. Hey, I think they're all very good. I like them all. It doesn't need to be contest. There's more. There's room for more Yuri and Yaoi. That's the point of my cover character, Moni, after being flashed on Twitter by her artist friends drawing gay sex. Yeah, that happens to me pretty often. But like honestly, I don't feel weird necessarily that it's corn. I feel weird that one, it's someone that I know, or two, it's a fictional character, but they're like um I don't know, I just never expected to see it, you know? But usually it's fine. Usually it's funny. I just, there's something about hentai artists. They're very good at rendering and drawing dynamic poses. I'm just a fan. I'm just an art appreciator. But yeah, support your VTuber male homies. Always, always. I try to support them when I can. I don't know. You guys, usually when I raid, if I see a new male VTuber in the ASMR category, I'll typically raid them because I know that it's like it's rare to see them. I think there's only honestly like I feel like there's only like five. Like there's only like a handful of male ASMR artists that are VTubers on Twitch, and so I try to send them support when I can because I wouldn't want to encourage it. I would like more. I would like there to be more equal numbers. Oh, off topic. The new spooky Discord notif noise caught me off guard. Wait, what? I didn't. I don't honestly. I don't have my notification noise on like ever, so I have no idea what the normal noise is, let alone the spooky noise. I didn't know there was a new. They have a new noise. Is it just for Halloween? My friend's rig mama got bored and drew up her comfort medical character getting railed and showed it. Oh wow, great. Yes, wonderful. That's the power of being an artist. Flat 760. Hello. FLAT underscore 760. Wait, what? Sorry, I was just checking my messages. Damn, this is a very yappy stream, yappier than usual. I'm on medication today, that's probably why. The furry pizza hallway incident was when a group of 19-year-old furries busted on a pizza and when one of them ate it. Funky, I fear your knowledge. I fear your knowledge. Your knowledge makes me quake in my boots. And I would be happier not knowing that. But it's too late now, I guess. Proof? No. Man, what the hell? I feel like tangent, but during Thanksgiving, how do I talk about this? During Thanksgiving, I was having Friendsgiving, so with a bunch of my friends, but most of my friends are normies, okay? They're all like not chronically online. They're all living their lives, and like they don't really pay attention to social media or any of that shit. And so, for whatever reason, I don't know how it came up, but the topic of furries came up, and I had to like, I made a comment I guess, outing myself as a person that knows about furries. And then they were like, why do you know so much about furries? And I was like, well, and then I had to be like, I'm not a furry. I just like knowing about furries, okay? It's fine. But now they keep sending me furry stuff. Ah, man. So sometimes knowledge is too much. But like, yeah, I talked about like how for whatever reason, this is kind of a hot take, but for whatever reason, I feel like at least with like North American furry culture, from what I've seen and the stories that I've heard about furry conventions in particular, like I guess VTubers fall into a similar unfortunate category, but it seems like there's just a lot of fetish related stuff when it comes to furries. And it's not like it's not inherently a fetish, but it just seems to attract a lot of people that are into it. And like, I'm never gonna shame people for having kinks. However, when I'm talking to my normie friends about the FurryCon diaper incident, it's a little bit hard to defend myself as a normal person. It's a little tricky. Wood, please. Okay, yes, I can do wood tap, please. Welcome home, Yoshi. How are you doing today? Your friends not online all the time? Could be me. So you're saying you're a freak degenerate in comparison to your friends who are normies? Yes. Yes, me and bartender both. He's also... well, maybe me more so. Like, he's aware, but he doesn't engage. I'm aware and I engage, so... maybe I'm the worst degenerate, and then everybody's, like, way less. I mean, the other day was front page with a furry diaper model. I didn't know that. That's great. Wonderful. Furry age of play diaper model. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Just on Twitch. Okay, cool. Great. Wonderful. Inflation differs and don't get me started on that one rug guy. Oh, the rug guy. Wait, you mean the New York City rug guy? There's two. You mean the warring New York City rug guys? Or is it a different guy? Is it a furry rug guy? Is bartender home? No, I was saying home. Welcome to Yoshi, who seems to have gone home. Bartender's not home. I don't typically stream when bartender's home. Mostly because if he's here, I'd want to spend time with him. And he doesn't really want to be on the stream with me, so... So only on rare occasions will he be around when I'm streaming. Your friends is doing me weirdly, not gonna lie. I mean... But also my friends go to raves, so depends on the context. I don't think they would think that you're that weird. I think they would think that you're cool, and then you would talk about something really niche, and they'd be like, what? Like, they wouldn't judge you by your looks, but they would be, like, confused if you referenced something that was only for the chronically online to understand. Pickle, thank you so much for the unshrimp. Stretch and water. Thank you for the hydration. I'm a furry. I know about knowledge and terminology. No man should know. I figured out what naughty means thanks to furries. You know, yeah, same. They even made a suit out of stuffed animals. There's more. Oh, I didn't know that. I won't go further without permission. We don't need to keep talking about furries. It's okay. At least not like the bad things. We don't need to talk about the bad stuff. We talked about a lot of bad stuff today. We should switch gears. I'm not a furry, but that was me, kind of. Like, I'm not gonna buy a fursuit ever. Like, I'm not gonna go that far. But do I appreciate good furry art? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not gonna deny it. Some furry artists are some of the best artists in the game. So, yeah. Lola Bunny is kind of, yeah. I mean, that's like a pretty mild furry take, I feel like. Everybody thinks that she's thick, you know? She was designed that way. A plant furry. I'm a plant furry. Like a furry plant? I guess some plants are kind of fuzzy. Some plants are kind of furry. I don't know. Mallow? I don't know. Maybe if I looked it up. Plantery. I'm a plantery? A frant? I'm not attracted to furries, but they do have very humanoid characteristics, so... The SCP? Mm-hmm. Is it an SCP? Do not, okay, I won't. I will searchant. I shan't searchant. I will not search. Too much corn? Well, now I want to know. As I said earlier, I'm a nosy bitch. What do you mean? Oh. No, I won't look it up on stream. I'll look at it after, on my own time. No, I was afraid. I was so afraid. I'm so afraid, but I'm so curious.
My dick's out!
I'm just chatting with bartender. I'm not searching the thing. I'm just chatting with bartender. Don't worry. I'm sorry. My dick's out. That's a rare voice clip from my husband, who... Okay, this is also why I don't stream while he's around, because once I streamed and he was in the background and he took a shower and he came out and I was like, hello, because he entered the room, and then he saw that I was streaming, and then he just yelled, "My dick's out." So yeah, that's why I don't let him on stream anymore. He's such a troll. My streams are so chill. I'm glad. I try. I'm I am a furry. I don't have a fur head yet. Alas. A furry in spirit. Sometimes furries don't have enough funds for a full fursuit, and that's okay. I don't like the idea that you can't be a furry if you don't have a suit. You can still be a furry in your heart. I was in Dewey's stream a minute ago. He said hi. Aw, hi, Dewey. Can you tell him hi back? Not something you announced. Well, he announced it. I do that when I attractive woman's not hearing me out. True, I agree. Oh, humming. Yeah, I can do that too. The man is a perfect husband. He's pretty great. I agree. He's pretty great. I love him. I love him to death. Hi. Welcome. I love how he wasn't doing the trolling IRL when I met him. I mean, no, he's like pretty normal. Like he can adjust, you know? He can adjust, but on whenever I'm streaming, the troll inside of him just comes out. But like on a normal day, he's just he's a very good conversationalist. He's a very normal appearing man. You just need to like trigger the right niche topic, and then he'll lock into the type of person that you are and the type of person that you would like, the type of things you want to talk about, and then yeah, he can get into it with you. But like he will typically be pretty neutral until that point in time. If that makes sense. He looked overwhelmed. Maybe. I honestly don't remember. He's the Batman of the nerds. Wait, what does that mean? A very normal appearing man. Yeah, very normal appearing. I was so unhinged though when I first met him. Yeah, what, are you less unhinged now? Are you more hinged currently? Yeah. I I think that you are very special. Perhaps you are a special case. The way you said yes with no hesitation. I'm just being real. He likes being a brat when he streams, but he's a golden retriever off stream. Yeah, that's actually kind of true. I remember that. Okay. Which I guess are being hinged, probably more unhinged, but definitely a lot more time. Oh, yeah, it's okay. Let's see. Okay, we have a couple of requests. Let me get to them. We did wood tappies. A frog. My cat just ran in from outside to help my little feet. Oh, kitty! Hi, kitty! What a cutie! Wait, doesn't that mean is your cat muddy? Is their paws dirty? Oh no! Oh no! That sounds adorable, but I'm sure it could be perhaps a nuisance. I hope your feet are okay. That was a wooden frog. Let's see what else. Oh, are we done with the shop? I'm gonna close it. And then what else we have? Wait, we have wooden frog twice. I'll do wooden frog again. What's next? We have... Well, you guys have really been taking care of me today with the water and the stretchies. Thank you. It's because I said I'm sore because of all the running. Because you're right. It's true. Thank you. Ow. Humming. What should we hum? What should we hum? Oh, should I turn the filter on too? Rex, welcome to the onsen. I hope you have a lovely stay here. Let me give you a name choice really quick. Ready? Are you silent or a plant pig when you hear people? I'm a plant. I'm a plant. I'm just a plant. I did not claim to be a siren. I just like to sing. And I like jazz. And sometimes that last song is a little bit low for me, I feel like. That's another one. I'm not singing the 70s of a year song because I'm cooked. Oh no! I don't want anyone to crash. No, that's the opposite of what I want. Please do not crash out. Yeah, I'm this pirate beef. Falling under the spell of her song, I might crash the ship. Do not crash the ship. Should I stop singing? Should I stop? Maybe I should stop for your safety. Out of concern. I'll stop. No more singing. No more singing. Oh no, I can't sing. Damn. Stop. No more. No more singing. Palm Spice, hello. A sister from another mister, hello. Hello. Welcome. How are you doing today? Oh, there you go. Let me take that big karaoke echo off. How is it going? How are you doing? How has your day been? Next we have scissors. Scissors. Okay, scissoring time. Here we go. Oh, wait. Why are my scissors attached to this? No. My tummy hurts, so I've been. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear. That sucks. I also am a tummy ache survivor. I feel you. I feel you. I understand you. And I hope that it goes away soon. Oh, food poisoning is the worst. It's so bad. It's so bad. It is pain, and it feels like it wants to leave your body from any orifice it can find. And that's not a great feeling. I'm so sorry. But you are brave, and you will survive this. Hot water, a little heat pack, and like trying to stretch as much as you can even though it hurts. And expelling whatever you need to expel. And I hope the pain will go away soon. Okay. Fifth Lord of Sheep, hi. Welcome. How are you doing? What are the actual origins of science besides folklore? I don't. Is that not the only origin? Isn't that the main origin? What do you mean? You also lost some of your voice? Oh no! Ripple dipple. You heard it was scissor. Yeah, we're doing scissor triggers. Why? What did you think it was? Pepto-Bismol, I can actually kill the bacteria. Take every 30 minutes for 4 hours. Oh yeah, I guess you can do Pepto. I had food poisoning on Thursday and Pedialyte, lots of water. Yes, hydration is also key in all times, but especially when you're having tummy troubles. Yeah, Pepto doesn't taste great. I agree. So what happens if I start radiating pink, hypothetically, if I drink too much Pepto-Bismol? Don't overdose on Pepto-Bismol, please. Do not drink too much Pepto. I like the taste in Portland. There's a donut place. Voodoo Donuts had Pepto-Bismol donuts and NyQuil donuts. The FDA made them stop. Voodoo is crazy. What the hell? Whose idea was this? That's wild. I also think they're overrated. I don't really like Voodoo Donuts, but I'm not that big into donuts in general, so maybe I'm the wrong person to ask. Yeah, no more than 240 ml a day. Okay, yes. Please use your medications as directed. Thank you. About a decade back, yeah, I can imagine. Once they got like really popular and trendy, I don't know, I guess they felt like they didn't need to make them taste good. They just need to make them look interesting. It was all for the gram. Please eat your sushi, yeah. Diamond tap? They used to do the best stuff. Oh, I've never had it. I've never used it before. I usually would just suffer. I suffer, or I like my parents would give me like Chinese medicine, and that does help. But it doesn't taste great either. It was like cough syrup. Oh yeah, I feel like I know that. I just don't think I've ever had it. I'm glowing like an ornament after using too much Pepto-Bismol. Perhaps if the government kidnapped me to experiment, I can find out what's in Area 51. Yeah, I guess they would just take you into Area 51. But then how would you get out and tell us? That's the real challenge. I found all the anime waifus and husbandos in Area 51. They're keeping them all away from you. What? What do you mean they're keeping them away from us? I demand they release them. I demand they release them now. Bob was chill. Oh, that's good. Glad. I'm sure many aliens are pretty cool if you get to know them. Oh, wait, I said I wasn't gonna sing anymore. Crap. I was just like sing by default. If I have nothing to yap about, I will hum. I have a problem. I have a problem. Always needing to fill the silence. Okay, so you want tea? I love tea. What's the tea? I think I need to reach out to Discord a friend of mine who said something diabolical. Okay. Okay. Wait, am I allowed to share with chat or no? In which case, I will not talk about it. Okay. Look, he was crashing out without to pull out the ray gun because he wanted the horse to stop being made into glue. And I said it was only an old thing that people don't actually use old animals like horses and have glues made using more humane methods, so we chilled out. I'm glad Bob cares about the horses. She texted me once because I had added someone new as a friend and asked if I was sleeping with him because your friend was, but she thought he was ugly. Damn, that's crazy. That's kind of mean, but also kind of funny. And then she said he looks like one of those guys that are in places that you shouldn't go lest the natives eat you. What? What? What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
Not.
No, why are you nodding to this information? Tony, no. And she doubled down. Oh my god. That's wild. And I feel like potentially a problem. Uma Musume does seem really fun. That's true. That's true. And she's also a person of color. Oh no, dude, what? I don't know how I feel about that. That's a little odd. And a part of the community. Okay, need to stop caps. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess sometimes edgy jokes can be funny. I don't know if that one is funny though. I don't know about that one, dude. In college, I had a friend who'd get off to the Hannibal show. Well, to be fair, it's a very horny show. To be fair, it's a very horny show. I never finished Hannibal. And yeah, people get mad at me for it. But yeah, I didn't really finish Hannibal. But like the dynamic between Hannibal and Will is like very very horny. Very horny. It's very yaoi. Like I feel like all the art I see of Hannibal is just yaoi. I mean, they didn't get to finish it either because it was canceled. That's true. Rip. R.I.P. Horny demons are very horny. Yeah, they have huge horns. Big ol' horns. That's very true. But yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I told her it shows that she comes from a small white racist town, and her words, not mine. Oh no. Yeah, that's a crazy thing to say. That's a crazy thing to say, friends. I don't know, man. Maybe I would rethink that. Even if it's just haha jokes, I feel like I would rethink that a little bit. Like, okay. Like, I'm sure in history, there have been multiple groups of people that have participated in cannibalism for one reason or another. Sometimes it's for survival, sometimes it's for ritual or religion, sometimes it's just for fun. I don't know. I'm not these people, but like to say definitively that someone looks like the type of person that would engage in that very morally questionable act just based off of what they look like is kind of a crazy statement to make for someone that's supposed to be, I don't know, like aware, I guess. No, but the word she used with native, that's great. Yeah, that's fucked. That's fucked. That's fucked. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? No, no, no. I'm glad I assume you called her out on it though, because like, what the hell? Yeah. Wait, so this is a profile of the person that your friend was talking about? That's crazy. I mean, regardless of what they look like, that's still crazy. She doubled down. Yeah, no. Oh, that's the Oh, no. No. What? Damn. No. Like, on one hand, there's room for grace, and we can give people space to learn and grow and improve and all that. That is all good things, you know. Room for improvement is always there for everybody, regardless. And we shouldn't flame people necessarily for having some problematic or wrong opinions, despite, you know, being agreeable in other ways. I don't think anyone's perfect, but yeah, it does give internalized I hate myself a little bit. And I hope they can figure that out and they can grow from that, because that's really shitty. I run into the forest, panting for I needed a potion. I heard a rumor that a witch lived around these parts, moaning. Finally, after several hours, I am exhausted, and just as I was about to give up, I see the witch's shack. Excuse me, I say. I am in need of healing potion for the soul. I haven't got enough tingles. You haven't got enough tingles? Well, do I have some tingles for you? Theoretically. Today was supposed to be roleplay, but I, once again, didn't. I do have a witch roleplay from like last year, or was it a year before? 1 or 2 years ago. I do have a roleplay that is very similar to the scenario that you were describing. That's crazy. Thank you for the tea. That's crazy. Yeah, the hairline is certainly something that could be adjusted, perhaps. But like, wild statement. Wild statement. You've made a script similar to this one? Peak, yeah. It's on my YouTube. If you go, on my ASMR YouTube channel, you look up my role plays. I have a witch role play already. So it's there if you like it. Otherwise, yes, sounds good. Thank you. Like, bro, you're hating on people and complaining about racism all the time, but you know what? Based on what I know about her type, I'm just, well, whatever. Well, I'm glad I'm not one of those people who complain about the city I'm in, because when I go out and dress up, no one looks at me. Hmm. 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 Well, everyone has their hang-ups, I guess. Their own problems, their own internalized shit. And it's up to them to grow and figure it out. And you can try to guide them in the right direction. And it seems like you maybe talk to them a little bit about it, but if it's not, if it's not really clicking, then yeah, maybe save your energy for someone who's more willing to grow and understand and change. Oh, tuning fork. Yeah. You want to use both? I still haven't totally mastered hitting both at the same time, but we'll try. I mean, age, you'd think that age is an indicator of maturity, but the older I get, the more I realize that it doesn't really mean shit. I'm not sure it's gays because they probably know more, but fellas, is it gay if you sniff your homie and they low-key sniff you back, and before you know it, you two are sharing each other's souls and then you're all passionate kissing, or is it straight? Could go either way. Could go either way. I don't know. Could go either way. Have you seen that clip? Oh no, I don't remember what it's from. I just remember it existing. There's like a clip, maybe from a movie or a skit, or maybe it was a text post, which is not helpful at all, but it was basically this guy, and he was like, yeah, I had sex with a dude, but that doesn't make me gay. And I was like, it's giving that. Yeah, socks on, not gay. True. This sound right now is tuning forks. So I have these special metal tools. They kind of look like a fork. So there's a short little handle, and then there's these two very long prongs. And then the ends of the prongs have these little discs attached to them that are attuned to a certain frequency. And when you vibrate the two discs at the end of the prongs, they create this low, gentle humming noise. do kind of sound like you're getting scanned by some alien equipment, I guess. Alrighty, it's time. It's bother time. Our favorite time of day, where we get to bother somebody else. Today we're gonna bother Dewey because one of you mentioned Dewey, but also he rated me last time, so I figured I would return the favor. There we go. This is the raid message. Please copy the top one if you are a subby, and the bottom one if you're not yet a subby. And stick around for the raid. Give Dewey a bunch of good energy and good vibes, like I know you can. I would really appreciate it. Because he's a cool guy and does some great ASMR. I can play us out with some frogs. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. Hate raid under no, not a hate raid, never a hate raid. But yeah, thank you all for coming. Hope to see you again next stream. !Discord if you want to join the Discord and hang out with us afterwards. And yeah, I'll see you around. Thank you. Bye.